Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Congresswoman Kimberlyn King-Hinds seeks U.S. cooperation in easing tourism regulations for the CNMI.
And also tonight, convicted of assault and battery, an inmate seeks a bail modification.
And can baseball be the bridge between sister islands? In everyone's favorite segment, welcome to Saipan.
And in sports, Japanese student teachers get taught a lesson on the Saipan soccer field.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Double filet sandwich for double the flavor. Just in time for Lent for a limited time. Served all day.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You are watching the Channel 2 News on March 19th from our studio high up on Capitol Hill.
Congresswoman fights for flights for CNMI's second largest tourism market. Congresswoman Kimberlyn King-Hinds has asked the Transportation Secretary for a waiver on China flights.
The response mirrored the response that was given to former Senate President Edith De Leon Guerrero, right? But I also think what's happening is at the time when we submitted our letter to Secretary Duffy, they were still in a transition time. And so we are making efforts to secure a meeting with Secretary Duffy to have these conversations.
As our Congresswoman works on continuing the conversation in D.C., she says the same needs to happen in the CNMI.
One thing that is highly problematic, right, is the disjointed messaging that we're putting out with regards to this issue. And so, you know, in my conversations with community leaders, you know, we need to have an honest conversation as to where it is that we want to go and where it is that we're heading and what is the state of the CNMI's economy.
Congresswoman King-Hinds says Mariana's Visitors Authority report on overall decline in arrival numbers and Department of Labor report on businesses closing in the CNMI is concerning.
23 businesses in one quarter closing their doors down. So what does that mean in terms of the impact to BGRT collections? What does that mean when it comes to, you know, the spending dollar, the value of the dollar that's being spent in this community? What does that mean to the folks who owns restaurants or bars or grocery stores who now, are seeing less money being circulated in the community, right?
Tourism being the principal economic activity in the CNMI, Congresswoman King-Hinds continues to push this matter.
That is something that I'm deeply committed to and that I will continue to work on because, you can't have a business without customers, right? Businesses are in the business of providing either a service or a product, right? And you can't sell that service or product if you don't have customers. And right now, the CNMI does not have the customers it needs to be able to keep afloat. And so that's all that conversation is, right? People want to conflate it to mean something more than what it is. Tourists, to me, wherever they come from, represents customers for businesses who pay taxes and revenues that the government relies on to be able to function, to pay for essential delivery of programs and services, whether it be healthcare, public safety, education, right? And, let's not forget the retirees.
More to follow on Congresswoman King-Hinds and her initiatives for the CNMI.
Bail modification is denied to a man in custody for over a year on an assault and battery conviction. Calvin Tagabwell this month was found not guilty of second-degree murder of Lark Cassian, but was convicted of an aggravated assault and battery charge. On January 6th of 2024, Mr. Tagabwell delivered one punch to the face of Lark Cassian at Cool Laundry in Kagman, contributing to the eventual death of the victim. 14 months later, Mr. Tagabwell, escorted from his prison cell, enters Judge Camacho's courtroom, hoping to be released on bail into the custody of his longtime partner and mother of his children, Shanalyn William. The defense argues that Ms. William is quite capable of serving as a third-party custodian for Mr. Tagabwell while he awaits sentencing. The judge thinks differently. He states that Mr. Tagabwell has already been in custody for over a year now. If the court would allow him to go home before sentencing, he would lose credit for time served, and as well, if he were to violate his bail conditions, it would severely affect his pending sentence. Therefore, Mr. Tagabwell will remain in custody until the sentence is announced in June.
Plans for a legislation team to streamline and revisit laws is underway. Senate President Dennis Mendiola is working towards creating a team to look into regulations to streamline laws in the CNMI.
Or one of the plans that I have, and this is an exciting endeavor, I guess. I want to work with the House Speaker, of course, and his team, and create a team that's going to revisit laws that are, that are affecting the CNMI, especially the business community, and how we can try and streamline these laws, try and repeal them if we have to, or amend them, and try and make it more up to date.
Mendiola believes revisiting old laws to make it better or up to date would help the overall process.
One of the things that the CNMI or businesses look out for is, their return on investment. So to come into the CNMI and invest, they want to make sure that they're going to be profitable. However, if we got just way too many regulations, way too many red tapes, more than likely they're just going to go to the next island, city, what have you. So that's one of the things that we want to do in the leadership is probably sit down with the House and figure out how we can create a team and launch that team to just look at laws.
With respect to each jurisdiction, Mendiola says a solution-driven approach is what he's working towards.
When I pitch out a plan, it's to try and, again, I'm more of a solution-driven guy. I'm not going to just keep talking about what everybody's not doing or what everybody's doing wrong. We've seen that in the last couple of years, and it has not benefited anybody. The people are suffering. So if we're going to keep repeating and keep going back and forth about what everybody else is not doing or what so-and-so is doing, who's corrupted and who's not corrupted, I don't think that's going to improve anybody's life. And right now, people are depending on us to make decisions and move the Commonwealth forward. And I think this is where it's time for us to just try and figure out how to make that happen.
Coming up, everybody's favorite segment, Sisters, Are they sisters? Are welcome to Saipan.
And visitors from the state of Arizona visit military relics in the Marianas. Stay tuned, CNMI.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
King is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. I never politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Did you have any bagels?
Me? Did I have bagels? In New York? I had bagels. Of course I had bagels. I went to Russ and Daughters. You know about Russ and Daughters? It's in the Lower East Side. It's one of the oldest delis in New York. And the old Jews are sitting there slicing the lox.
I haven't been.
Not yet. But it's like a Chamorro barbecue. For a New Yorker not to go back and have a bagel with a schmear, it's sacrilegious. So I do not defy the Lord. Or my wife, who said, yeah. At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
But I think of you sometime. Want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Residents of the Grand Canyon State explore our island's natural beauties and World War II sites. Buenas, Guam! At Antonio B. Wonpat International Airport, Guam, we meet Ian Agar and his wife Kim from Arizona. They visited Saipan and our sister island of Guam. So what brings them all this way?
We wanted to do something obscure, and so instead of visiting Hawaii or visiting Eastern Asia, which we will get to someday, we want to go somewhere really different, somewhere to get away from things and do something really different. And we love the World War II sites, and that's like a living museum. So that's why we went.
Our island's natural beauty and rich history made a big impact on this couple.
Saipan was one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen. The beaches were, wow, I couldn't believe it. I loved how everything was so quiet, and it was really a place to get away from it all, because it's just so nice to be there, and it's like you're away from the world. And oh man, those World War II sites are amazing. I felt so moved at Bonsai Cliff and Suicide Cliff. I cried, not gonna lie. It was super, super moving. So excellent, excellent place. One of my favorite places in the world to visit.
Visiting both Saipan and Guam, Ian says these are the differences between the two islands.
I think Saipan is way quieter, which is so nice. It's truly a place to get away from it all. Guam is also beautiful, but it's definitely a bit more developed. And so I think Guam, if you want a little bit of big city, but you also want the beach, Saipan, if you just want to get away from it all and experience history firsthand. I can't go back to a museum now. Once you've actually lived it and walked in the footsteps, it's hard to go back to a museum.
A long way from home, Ian and Kim were both grateful for their experiences.
Just so happy to be here. I love Saipan. I love Guam. We're visiting from Arizona. We came 8,000 miles just for this. And man, I would do it all over again. I was so sad to leave, but I love the historical sites. Man, I've never been able to walk in the footsteps of history like that. It was amazing. So thank you for welcoming us to your island.
Every day is an adventure at Saipan International. People not unlike you or I pass through the airport gates, filter through customs, fill out uncomfortable electronic forms, and emerge into the sweet air of Saipan. Jason knows just by looking at Carol and Clarice that they are related, probably sisters or maybe mother and daughter, but they definitely share very close DNA. They have returned home after 2 days of sightseeing with family and friends residing in Guam.
Very different from here, actually. It's like more fast-paced. There's a bunch of buildings here, actually.
Yeah. It looks like they're much busier compared here. Yeah, there's a lot of tourists there now.
I really enjoyed just strolling around, looking at all these different places, and seeing how different it is from Saipan, really.
These sisters share a smile about an adventure shared with our Jason, who smiles in return.
Yeah, it's a good place to visit. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Very simple. I don't think you
Roque is also arriving from Guam, but rather than returning home, he is visiting Saipan with a purpose.
I came all the way from the island of Guam, 35 minutes.
Long trip, eh?
Long jet lag.
Roque is conspicuously wearing a Cal Ripken baseball shirt.
Man, so we are here to promote our baseball organization in Guam called the Guam Cal Ripken and Babe Ruth. We are excited to meet a lot of the coaches, the baseball community. We're also doing a clinic on Friday at the newly built Mariana's baseball alley, or batting alley, 5 to 7 for the kids ages 4 to 18. Again, our organization, the Guam Cal Ripken and Babe Ruth, has been a part of, has been in Guam for over 50 plus years, and we want to finally extend the invitation for the kids here in Saipan to partake and compete under the Guam Cal Ripken Babe Ruth organization. And we just want to build the bridge, and hopefully, we can have more competition, more games for the kids, more opportunities, and just more experience.
The goal, he says, is to build a baseball bridge connecting the sister islands of Guam and Saipan.
The Marianas, one Marianas. Yes, sir. Right. Viva. Say off the day.
Off the day.
Off the day. All right. Say play ball.
Play ball.
In a day of sisters, welcome to Saipan, half a day to row, and welcome home.
In this week's Your Humanities Half-Hour, host Catherine Perry sits with a longtime, semi-retired attorney. Robert O'Connor, attorney at law, has been in the Marianas since December 1983. What was supposed to be an 18-month trip turned into over 4 decades of groundbreaking experiences for the community.
I was in the Attorney General's office for 13 months and I quit. And then I became a boat captain. There was a ship here, a 120-foot ship, that had been originally bought by a drug dealer who had then been arrested, and he needed somebody to make money on his ship. And I convinced the governor to let me captain that boat to take things up to the Northern Islands. You know, like goats and rice and nurses and ballot boxes. And so I would take that ship up and down to the Northern Islands. And that was kind of boring, so I took the bar exam, and I passed the bar exam. And the day after I passed the bar exam, I ran into Larry Hillblum in a snack bar, and he said he was going to open a law firm the next day on the beach, in a house on the beach. And instead of me going back to the Ventura County DA's office, would I like to start a law firm with him? So that's why I stayed.
Tune in to hear more about Robert O'Connor and his stories about Larry Hillblum, the establishment of a Supreme Court in the Marianas, the annual Attorney General's Cup, a televised court case, baseball with Bob Coldine, and more. Your Humanities Half-Hour show with host Catherine Perry airs on Thursday, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., and re-airs on Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 2.
Coming up in sports from the land of the rising sun, university student teachers on local turf. Stay tuned.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home to where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside, and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans, a friendly football game with our Japanese friends of over a decade. Let's take a look. Earlier this month, a team of student teachers from Japan had a fun soccer competition with our CNMI team at the Northern Mariana Islands Soccer Training Center in Koblerville. Shinya Murata says their group is built from 5 different universities in Japan.
They are the university students, but they try to teach some Japanese culture or something to teaching in PSS schools.
Primarily, they are here in partnership with the public school system to visit local elementary and junior high schools once a year. They also partake in a friendly game of soccer as a part of their annual trip. Here are some highlights. Keiji Hata says with Saipan's great hospitality of over 10 years, there's been about 500 or 600 of participants, and they all head back to Japan happy.
とても良かったですね。毎年やってもらってるんですけど、たくさん点数も取れたんで楽しくやれました。
Overall, they had a good time with the soccer game. First time in Saipan from Hiroshima, Japan, Kenny said the competition was tough.
Very strong, and yeah, very strong, physical strong. Yeah, I'm scared.
Local soccer players Stacy Ariola and Amber Tan says it was an awesome opportunity to meet and compete with new players as well as reunite with players who's been here before.
It was good the first half. The boys though, they're like pretty rough, but when it was against the girls, it was kind of easier.
I liked it. It was like a good experience, and I like seeing her like fly into the goal. Yes.
It was a very physical game, I think, but overall we did a really good job.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, the weather forecast is partly cloudy with a 20% chance of isolated showers, with a comfortable low temperature of around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 87 to 77 degrees in the evening, and a 30% chance of isolated showers, which offer a glistening moisture to the surrounding abundance of green and red and yellow flowers. The sun has set tonight at 6:28 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 6:21 a.m., giving light to another beautiful day in the Marianas. And for those of you like me who have returned home after visiting winter in other parts of the world, what a blessing to be surrounded by such beauty that you can see and feel and touch from the water or from the land. Well, that is news, that's sports, and weather.
Thank you for joining us, CNMI. Have a good evening.
We'll see you again on Friday.